What's up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you back on the channel. On today's episode, we'll be looking at how you can approach branding your fashion brand like a pro. In short, what is branding? Well, in short, branding is the sum of every single thing that your brand represents. And how you set yourself apart from brands XYZ is by branding yourself in a way that is consistent, authentic, and attractive. Well, how do you do this? Well, I'm going to be giving you guys my top 7 tips working as a creative director in a product design agency, working with brands from all over the world to design, develop, and produce clothing of all types. In terms of these 7 key ways that I see brands can actually implement a strong and effective branding strategy today to stand out from the crowd and to create a personable and relatable experience for their customers. What's up, design family, and welcome to Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you here. On this channel, we discuss all things sports fashion, graphic design, manufacturing, and technology. We'll discuss key topics, answer pressing questions, and provide actionable steps on starting your own product line. If you're interested in any of the above topics, stick around. You're in for a good one. Number 1, and most simply, is to challenge the status quo. When it comes to fashion, it can be quite easy to fall into the habit of following trends. What are other brands doing? Just duplicate and do exactly as they're doing. This can be beneficial in the immediate, but honestly, over the long run, I think you're shooting yourself in the foot. You need to make sure that you're always creating something new and different for your customers. Focus on what your niche is. Try to understand it really well and see how you can kind of create something that's different than what already exists on the market. You want to set yourself as special and different from brands XYZ. That way, you're giving your customers something that only you can provide and that they can't actually get anywhere else. So that's one of the key ways how you start to approach branding in a way that feels fresh, authentic, and it gives you a leg up on the competition. Number 2 on the list is to always be readily accessible. Give your customers multiple touch points and bases that they can actually get into communication and contact with you. In this world of social media where we're ever connected, as a brand, you want to make sure that your customers can find you exactly when they need to. The last thing that you want to do is to run an effective marketing campaign and to remain fresh in your customers' heads, but when they're ready to purchase, it's a little bit difficult for them to browse or to find you on their website. So always make sure that you're providing multiple opportunities and multiple platforms for your customers to get into touch with you or to actually be able to browse what you have on offer or just to have a touch base with your brand. Some of these avenues can obviously be your website, your social platforms, whether you're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, so on and so forth. They can be through your email marketing campaigns, and there's honestly a ton of different ways that you can get in touch with your customers and make it easy for them to get in touch with you. This is simple for the reason that a brand is separate from a corporation and a business. A brand has sort of a physical tactility to it. People can feel close and connected to it, and by giving your customers multiple opportunities to be able to connect with you, you're obviously offering this as an option. Number 3 is always make sure to focus on your brand's personality and the community that you're helping to create. At the end of the day, yes, you're selling clothes, but you don't want to treat yourself as just a simple business. I think there's something that's extremely shallow and empty to approaching your customers and the engagement that you have with your customers from a purely business perspective. You want to make sure that you're relatable. You want to make sure that you're actually showing your customers that you understand their needs, their wants, and that you can obviously relate to the same trials and tribulations that they're going through. By doing this, you show a sense of vulnerability that I think is a little bit attractive and really creates a connection with your customers that is going to lead them to be drawn to your brand and is going to help make that decision to take that initial purchase or to keep purchasing from you time and time again. Number 4 is to always focus on your core customers and understand, especially when it comes to fashion, that you can't please everyone. If you're trying to create products for everyone, you ultimately end up creating products that are lifeless and that appeal to no one. So in this pursuit of creating something that's special, unique, and is tightly focused on your niche, you're going to offend or you're going to marginalize some people, and that's completely fine. Understand that you can't please everyone, expect resistance, and focus on the core demographics that you're actually trying to target. Number 5, once you've actually built your branding foundation, now is the time where you honestly want to stay consistent and build more depth to that brand. You want to give your customers a semblance of what they can actually expect from you moving forward and create a little bit of that sense of familiarity, but obviously you'll be able to sprinkle in some core or some developments in the brand as you move forward. What this is going to do is it's going to help build an investment with your customers where they begin to understand your brand on a more fundamental and deep level, and it's going to create a more lasting connection, drawing them to come back to you time and time again. Number 6, always exceed your customers' expectations. I like to say that you should always underpromise and over-deliver. In this social media age, a lot of brands and a lot of people are very quick to talk and make talk, but when it comes to the actual execution, this is where they always fall short. So go against the grain here. I would definitely recommend you always stay silent with what you're promising and over-deliver and exceed your customers' expectation. Leave them wanting more and leave them being pleasantly surprised by what you have on offer. Number 7, make sure to step outside your comfort zone and never be scared to try new and different things. It's only by trying and sort of going outside of your comfort zone, thinking outside of the box, that you can design and develop products that you're in love with and that your customers can only get at your business. So they need to come to you for these items because you thought outside the box. At the same time, this is going to help you to develop your USP or your unique selling point, and it's going to help to create a sense of loyalty and urgency amongst your customers to get the products that they can only find in your business. Well guys, that is it. That is a wrap on this episode. This has been my 7 key points on how to brand your fashion brand like an absolute pro. To recap quickly, the key 7 pieces that we discussed on this episode were: number 1, always challenge the status quo. 2, make sure that you're readily accessible as a brand. 3, focus on building a unique personality to your brand and focus on building community. 4, focus on your core customers, understand your demographics, and create and design products for them. 5, once you build your foundation, try to maintain a sense of consistency and cohesion in your brand. 6, always exceed expectations. And 7 is to always step outside your comfort zone and don't be scared to try something new. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode and I'm sure you gained a ton of knowledge from it. If you did, please consider smashing a massive thumbs up in the episode. It really does help us out and it motivates us to keep pushing out content like this for you guys. Also, if you want to hop on a one-on-one consultation call, let's just say you're looking to start your own fashion brand and you're unsure of how to approach it, or you have an existing fashion brand and you're having some trouble designing it or developing a new collection or scaling, check the link in the description. I hold limited consultation slots every single week, so if you want to talk with me one-on-one, this is an opportunity for you to do that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Fittdesign TV. Until next week's episode, stay awesome.